Welcome everyone to our March group Dolphin Energy Healing session. I do apologize for not having these the last couple of months. Basically, life happened and I got busy. December obviously was Christmas and I was visiting family. January, I had a big launch of my training program to teach people how to lead retreats, and that was all encompassing. And then February, I can't even remember. So things got in the way, but I'm here now and we need this now more than ever. And I want to share with you a couple of things that the dolphins shared with me in a private Dolphin Energy Healing. Now, this is not, I'm not breaking confidence because this is something that's for everybody. And that is that the dolphins told me that this whole situation we're in right now, this virus, manifested as a result of all the fear that was out in the world. So that, and I'm not saying that you are to blame, I'm saying that many people are living in fear. Those of you who are here are most likely those that are not living in fear. You are here because you believe and you see the light, and you are someone who already has that healing and light within you, that deeper spiritual connection. But as you know, there are many people out there that do live in fear, that are reacting out of anger and hatred and fear and greed, all based in fear. And the more fear there is, stuff like this is going to happen. There's got to be a way for it to manifest. And so that means it needs people like us. The world needs people like us more than ever right now to stay in our light, to stay hopeful, to be that beacon of light and that example of hope for everybody around us, to not react in fear, to be positive so that you can almost be a mentor and this beautiful model of, you could be a supermodel of joy and light for the world, and that others aspire to be, that you can inspire others to be as you are. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Excuse me. And you guys, especially those who are new, welcome. So happy to have you here, have everybody here, the new and those who have been with us before. And so you guys, your job is easy. You get to sit back, relax, enjoy. You can sit, you can lay down, turn off your video if you want, and just completely open yourself up to receive. And I will channel the healing energy from the dolphins, and I will share exactly what they are sharing with me in the moment as it happens. They often they send me visions and messages for you, and there will be times when I'm silent, perceiving what they're sending me, and then as I perceive it and can translate it, sometimes it's really easy to describe, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I wish somebody's got to invent something where I could just plug something on my head and then it would translate to a screen. That would be really beautiful, but we haven't got that invention yet. I'm sure one day they will. So in the meantime, you get to listen to me describe it. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. Let's dive in. And feel free to shut your eyes if you'd like. So take some deep cleansing breaths, giving the dolphins permission to adjust your frequencies and your physical body in any way that is for your highest good. So they are asking me to lead you in some cetacean breaths. For those of you who don't know what those are, the dolphins breathe through their blowhole, which is located exactly where their crown chakra is. So we're going to imagine breathing as a dolphin breathes in and out of our, imagine in and out of our crown chakra. So take a normal deep inhale and hold it for a beat or two. And when you're ready, a very powerful exhale, imagining exhaling out through the top of your head. And make a sound if that's appropriate. And now a deep inhale in through your crown, holding it for a beat or two. And then another big, powerful exhale out through your crown. Exhaling, as you powerfully exhale, you're blasting away any blocks in your crown. And now a deep inhale in through the top of your head. Inhaling in divine wisdom, divine guidance, connection to spirit. When you're ready, a powerful exhale out your crown. Beautiful. Now settle into a normal breathing pattern. And the dolphins, when they breathe, their breathing pattern is opposite to our human breathing pattern. We tend to think of inhale and then exhale. But for them, it's the first thing they do when they come to the surface is exhale and then inhale, which they're telling me that the exhaling first is a better way to expel any and all old air that's not serving you. And you can imagine exhaling any and all emotions that don't serve you, any blocks that don't serve you, always clearing your crown chakra. And then once you are clean and have released what doesn't serve you, then and only then do the dolphins take a breath of good, clean air and good, clean, beautiful, divine wisdom, guidance. They're always connected and conscious to spirit. And dolphins are also conscious breathers. They have to think to breathe. It is not a reflex like for us humans and most other life. And by being conscious of our breath, it helps us to be much more conscious of our bodies, of our thoughts, of our ways of being. And the dolphins are asking that you try to be more conscious of your breath throughout your day, now that you have more time to just be and not so much doing. And now that we have opened up a clear connection to the divine, to spirit, to universe, through our conscious dolphin breaths, the dolphins are showing me this beautiful light from the heavens pouring down in through your crown. And they're also showing me your feet on the ground. The chakras, your root chakra is also wide open. The chakras in your feet are open. And while Mother Earth is doing some much needed healing during these quiet times on earth right now. She is also always devoted to all of her inhabitants, including the humans. And she is also sending you powerful, deep healing energy up through your feet, up through your root. And in the middle, meet the light, the energy pouring in from above, from the heavens, from source, and up through your body from Gaia, from Mother Earth. And that energy meets in the center of your body and forms this powerful, beautiful, iridescent, white, golden light. This incredible power source. You may feel a warmth in the center of your body, or an excitement or tingling. And just allow that energy to be, to build within you. There's nothing you have to do. Just receive and feel that energy flow out and expand through your body, up through your torso, down through your hips, down through your legs, feet, even to the tips of your toes, up through your chest, down your arms, into your hands and fingers, up through your neck, into your head, to the top of your scalp. Feel that energy radiating, infusing every single cell of your body with pure healing energy, both from source, above, from Mother Earth below. And feel the depth of love that's coming from both directions. You may feel emotional at the beauty of this love, the power of this love. Just let it flow and seep in deep into your body. Feeling like you are part of the one, part of all that is. You can really feel it now. You know it to be true. You are not separate at all from anything else that exists. And you know that this current dance we are all doing on the planet right now is part of a dance, part of a cleansing, healing dance. That you have a huge part to play by holding the light, by being the light, by being conscious of being the light. There are so many that are still, and even more so, living in fear. It's like the fear manifested this situation, but this situation is causing even more fear. So it's this downward spiral of fear, sucking many into it. But you are floating above it. You are the light. You are the beacon. You are the answer to so many others' prayers. You feel hope. You are hope. You are what others aspire to feel and be. A shining example for the rest of the world. Feel this depth of joy at taking this position. This was part of your soul agreement that if it came to this on earth, you would be ready to step up. And you are. By showing up today shows that you are ready. You are already shining your light far around the world. And now that this light from the divine, from Gaia, have completely infused and integrated into your physical body, into your heart, it is also fully infused and integrated into your soul. As you know, your soul is not limited by your physical body. So now I want you to see that light, powerful light in the center of your body. It's expanded to every cell of your body. See it in your soul. See it, your soul expanding beyond the limitations of your physical body. Like your aura, it's expanding beyond. Now it's a few inches beyond your body, but always connected to that source, to Gaia in the center of your body. And as it grows, it doesn't deplete what's in your body. In fact, it is amplifying and spreading further and further. Now it's growing to about 10 feet or 3 meters beyond your body. Now it's filling completely the room that you are in. And just feel the sense of joy, and it's almost as if you're floating as you expand and amplify this energy that is growing on its own. It's almost like it is its own life form, replicating and replicating. And it is. And this is the antidote to any and all harmful virus or any other manifestation of fear. You are the source of this antidote. Better than any vaccine. And anything this light touches cannot help but be changed, be shifted, and aware of the lightness, the joy, the hope that you are spreading. And now this light is expanded beyond the building you are in, the house, the apartment, wherever you are, it's expanding beyond the physical limitations of your building. And all you feel is opportunity and the joy in sharing and spreading this light farther and farther. And now it's expanding beyond your neighborhood and touching the lives of all those who live near you, lifting their spirits, bringing them joy and hope. And now it's expanding to the entire town or city where you live. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And soon it's going to meet the light of another person. For all of us on this call today, our light, when it meets the light of one of the others, it amplifies even more exponentially. And we begin to connect around the world our energy until it becomes this beautiful, soft, warm blanket of light around the entire world. To see the entire planet Earth surrounded and touched, changed, and shifted by this light. Simply because we are being who we are meant to be. By being, not doing anything. By being, you are healing the world. You are bringing hope, joy, and a deep love to every human who needs it so desperately right now. It is also helping to heal the planet and give back to Mother Earth. It becomes this full cycle of flowing and seeping into the earth. She continues to send it to us. And it even reaches into the heavens and shows your love and appreciation for Source, for the divine. You truly feel connected to all life that exists. And as you've been spreading and sharing this beautiful light around the world, it's almost as if there is a pink glow, a pink tinge to the air. And the dolphins are now participating. All the dolphins around the world. They're showing me an image of them all sticking their heads out of the water, looking straight up at the sky, adding their powerful healing energy to add to the energy that you're sending. And you can almost feel a sense of the air feels electric, alive, vibrant, pulsating. It's powerful healing. The dolphins have added their powerful healing energy to what has come from Gaia, from divine within us. Just sit for a minute and just be and bask in this energy, knowing by just sitting with it, it allows it to flow where it is needed the most. You can imagine it touching in areas that are the most fearful and touching those that are sick, helping to heal and boost their immune systems, touching all of those in the medical profession who are overwhelmed and dealing with this, giving them hope and energy. Bringing a deep sense of calm to the entire planet, to the entire human race. No matter what they have thought or said or believed, maybe for the first time in their lives, they feel relaxed and hopeful. Just sit and allow this to flow. The dolphins are sending you their gratitude for stepping up and taking your chosen position, this is your destiny to help heal the planet, heal humanity, just by being who you are. You are healing, you are helping. And during these times at home, that you can do this at any time. Just sit and imagine the light. Open your crown, invite the light, the wisdom, the energy from source to flow in through your crown. Open your feet and your root and allow and invite Mother Earth to use you as a conduit, you as a channel for these two sources of power to meet within you. And you are the amplifier to send it to the world, that you can do this anytime on your own, knowing that you will connect with all those who are doing it as well, and the dolphins. And that as you lay down to sleep at night, you can ask Mother Earth and the divine to use your body while you sleep to continue sending this energy. And this will never, ever deplete you. It will only serve to refresh and re-energize yourself as well. Allow yourself to be this tool of change, this wave of beauty, of light, of love the world so desperately needs. and feel how good it feels to take your place among the healers, among the bringers of light. How right it feels. You know you were born for this. You have no doubt about your ability. It's easy. It's you. They're showing me, the dolphins are showing me an image of a pyramid somewhere in Egypt. And like on the US dollar bill, there's the light at the top of the pyramid. There's this powerful ball of light, like an eye at the top of, just above the apex of the pyramid. And I'm seeing like this picture of the earth, and seeing these balls of light in excuse me, specific places. And that each place is a power spot, a vortex of energy that has been held for centuries. But that now, at this time of spreading the light, as you are doing now, that this light not only is healing each and every person on earth and giving them a sense of joy and hope and power in themselves, but it's also reawakening some of these vortex spots that have been asleep for millennia. That it's almost like it's piercing a veil and allowing the magic, the light, the energy, the power that exists in these vortexes that some of them have been felt, but never fully tapped into. And if you visited the pyramids in Egypt, you felt an energy, or some of the power spots around the world like Sedona, you could feel the energy, but you weren't quite 100% connected. This energy that we are sending right now is opening the doors to those power spots, those vortexes, wide open. The dolphins are telling me that the more we connect and allow the divine and Mother Earth to work through us, the more we reconnect to how we are meant to live as humans, in full connection, not asleep, like the walkings, like we're sleepwalking throughout our days, just caught up in the busyness, the doing, that keeps us asleep. We have this time to reawaken. And by us reawakening, reconnecting consciously to Source and Gaia, It is inviting and breaking down that veil between us and the true magic that does exist. It's amplifying the entire earth and raising it up to a higher frequency, a higher vibration. To a whole new dimension of love, magic, of joy, pure happiness. Imagine you are at one of these power spots, one of these vortexes, one of these apexes of energy. And as I said the word apex, the dolphins showed me that the whole design of a pyramid is not about what's inside of it or below it, but it's designed with the 4 walls slanted to the point, up to the point. Their whole purpose is to focus the energy in one spot where it is the most powerful. And that most people have been focused on the building itself and what's inside. But the whole purpose is to focus the energy of that power spot to the apex, to birth that energy. And by birthing it and focusing it, concentrating it at the apex, it's like a fountain, or it's all comes together and then bursts out in all directions, touching all those around it. That's the purpose of the pyramids. You can feel just as much, if not more, of the energy standing outside, just soaking in the energy that's raining in down around you, and from going within. So imagine you are standing near a pyramid or near one of the vortexes in Sedona or anywhere else in the world. Because their power, this veil has been lifted, you see the air is electric. It's like when you look around, there's this beautiful shimmering to the air, this iridescence. And it's like you blink because you think you're in a movie, but it's real. And as you look through this iridescence in the air, it's like looking through a window into a whole new level, a whole new world, where you can clearly and easily see beings that you'd only heard about but weren't quite sure if they existed. You're seeing fairies and mermaids and the energy bodies of the plants and the devas and all the creatures, the leprechauns, the little people, the sprites, and you step into this iridescent air, and you step into a world where you can see all of these spirits or beings that have only been a myth. You see them clearly as if you were seeing a family member or walking down the street and seeing another person. You see them clearly. You can talk to them. You can interact with them. Imagine sitting down, sharing, having a tea party with all of these beings. There's unicorns and centaurs, fairies, and beings you'd never even heard of. You don't even know. They look so unique. You're just enjoying the conversation, all this magic happening around you. And you feel like a little kid. On the first Christmas, you remember the excitement, the joy. You're also seeing spirit dolphins swimming along. Your dolphin spirit guide comes up and is right at your side. You can easily have a conversation. There's so much to learn from even one of these beings, but you now have access to all of them. This is all because you are allowing yourself to be right now. You truly are shifting the world back to paradise, back to where it was meant to be, where all beings work together, live together in harmony. And one of the best, most favorite things to do is just to have a conversation, to learn from each other, where you are open-minded, open-hearted, open-souled. And they are to you. This is the world we are moving into. And the more we tap into and allow Source and Gaia to work through us, using our body as a vessel to continue this flow of energy, the sooner we will live in this magical world where there is no veil, there is no barrier, where there is no fear. You are the answer. You now know what to do, which is nothing. Just be. Just allow. Just trust. And it will be. And the dolphins thank you for stepping up, for remembering your agreement. Should the world need you, you are here. The world now needs you, and you are doing your part. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give your body some gentle touch. Start wiggling your fingers and toes, for we are now complete. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Bring yourselves on back. I know that's might be hard to do after that beautiful time. Ooh, how's everybody doing? I'm gonna unmute. Maybe a little crazy, but we're gonna do it. All right. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Anybody have anything they'd like to share?
I have a question. Well,
Yeah.
excuse me, an observation, question, curiosity. But the breath thing. So it occurred to me that I don't know much about this. All I really know is from like what Call the Midwife and other shows about childbirth, because I never had a child. But it seems to me that a human baby's life doesn't actually start with an inhale. It starts with like maybe the baby expels the fluid or whatever, or it's suctioned out. So it does get rid of like, it's an exhalation of sorts.
Right.
Before we take on our own the first breath. And then I have heard it said, I don't know how true this is, but that when a person dies, they don't actually exhale and die. They usually are often inhale.
Oh, wow.
They die on the inhale as opposed to the exhale. So I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. That's how, you know, the dolphin conscious breath is.
Right.
And I don't know like what that means or anything, but it was an observation that I thought was interesting.
That's fascinating. And I did not know that, but I didn't know about the death that many inhale upon death.
Make sure that that's true. The woman said she thinks she heard. So best to check it out.
Okay, you guys, let's go.
Yeah, it is, but, and I'm sure it's not 100%, but that, we'd have to talk to a medical professional or someone who is, hospice care worker, or somebody who is in that position to be with those who are passing. But the birth makes perfect sense. Yes, you have to get the fluid out. You have to get, because you've been living in this fluid world before you can live in the world of air.
As you said, you get out all that you don't need so that you can put in what you need.
Yeah. Beautiful. That is an interesting, fascinating observation. Thank you for sharing that. I love that.
I feel it's really important that you know how much this meant to me, and I'm sure everyone here, that what you just guided us through was very powerful, and I can't express my appreciation through words.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It is always a pleasure and an honor, and for those of you who don't know, I have no idea what's coming through. I just repeat what they share with me. So I'm enjoying it and amazed at it as much as you are.
Ever since I was a little child, I used to read books and see shows about dolphins, and I would start crying. And I even moved to Florida at one point when I was a young adult to go be with them. And it wasn't my time, and I ended up having to leave, but I always thought I was going to have to be with them physically, and because I was so strongly called to them. But as I've progressed through my spiritual practice is I meditate and they show up, and I've really come to realize that they're with me through their energy and their frequency, and so it's just been an amazing journey with them. And when I came across your work, I was just like, yep, that makes sense to me.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I love that you already have your own deep connection, as I know each and every one of you who are on the call do, and those of you watching the replay, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And I love that you are meditating and you are connecting with them on your own, as you all can. So that's beautiful, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for sharing.
Absolutely.
It's an honor to have you with us.
Honored to be here.
Nice. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add or say or share?
I would. I'm just on the phone call. I can't see you. You can't see me.
Sure.
And it took me a moment to dial in, so I came in with the exhaling, exhaling of the dolphins, and yeah, I was inwardly thinking about that, and when I go underwater, which hasn't been recently, when I come up, I don't take an inhale. I let out the air that I was holding.
Right.
So it feels, there's a similarity, which that was just one point. But you're in California. I imagine you might know about the 5 rhythms of movement.
I've vaguely heard about them. I'm not super familiar.
Okay, so at the very end of the meditation, the fairies and the ones that we know, and some of us have seen, some of us have not seen. In my mindset, because I study and am a teacher of the 5 rhythms, right now we're in the 3rd rhythm, which is chaos, which it's very clear and easy to see.
Right.
But the next rhythm that will come is lyrical, and everything that you are channeling is leading up. I don't know if you said you remember what you channeled.
I remember
it.
Yeah.
Talking. You remember? Okay, so the glistening, the iridescent, the soft energy, the other beings that are on other realms or not. It just depends if we're able to see them or not. The next rhythm is lyrical, and it was just so sweet to hear you connect with the next step that humanity will be taking. And I just wanted to bring it up because I wasn't sure if you were familiar with the 5 rhythms and there would be a connection. But yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing that. What's your name?
Margot.
Margot, thank you so much for sharing that, because I wasn't aware of that, but I love that it's, this isn't the first time that people are talking about this, that others are also receiving that same information. So that's very validating. I love that. And it was so, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it was just so exciting to be able to see all of those beings and to see them as clearly as I see all of you was really fun to be able to have the kind of relationship that we do with other people and the animals in our world right now. So I'm excited about that coming forward.
Yes.
Margot, is there a way to get more information about what you were talking about on the internet?
Good question, Ariane.
The 5 rhythms were called the Gabrielle Roth 5 rhythms of movement that she brought through in the 60s. And unfortunately, she left us in 2012. And her son, Jonathan Haran, who doesn't have the last name of Roth, the name Roth was deleted for the moment, although she's always present in the words and in our spirits. It's now they're called the 5 rhythms, not the Roth 5 rhythms, just the 5 rhythms, which Gabrielle channeled and saw in all beings and all environments. And you can Google the 5 rhythms and a lot will come up. The main office is in New York, and there are hundreds of us as teachers now. There are hundreds of people, thousands that practice. And I know that there's a lot of virtual classes. I will be doing classes. I don't know if the 5 Rhythms Global offers classes to everybody, but I think that they would, because I know some teachers are only offering it to people that are already studying it, but I have a feeling it's open to everyone within my information and with the global 5 Rhythms Global.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Margot. And yeah, we can Google that, and maybe I'll do some search and exploring and include it in a link to some of those in when I send out the replay.
Okay, and I could, if you want to, Anne, I can just email you back my information if people want it, and we can work from there.
Perfect. Why don't you do that? That'd be great. Thank you so much. That's very, very
cool. And just briefly, Lyrical is a lovely way to support people to get into that rhythm, because there are gateways into it, is fairy tales, is to remember the essence and the glow of how we feel or felt, the easiness and the excitement and fairy tales. It's on a higher vibration. It's air energy. So it's just so great that you know, everyone has their own way of doorways and pathways that bring them to where we all are on this conversation. And the juxtaposition of you channeling it, and the 5 rhythms, and I'm sure many other modalities, we all arrive at the same place, just with different paths sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I used to love fairy tales when I was a kid. I ate them up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to take too much more time of your day. I just wanted to thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for being the power of light that you are in the world, the beacon of hope and joy. And just to mention that if anybody would like to have a private Dolphin Energy Healing session, if you are feeling called and want more of this directed exactly to you, I am offering a world support special pricing these days, so that I'll send a link out with a replay. So thank you, everybody. It's been a real pleasure and an honor. And
thank you.
I look forward
to
see you next month.
Thank you.
And before I sign out, I wanted to share one last thing, and that was, I'm actually considering, I'm not quite sure how to do it yet, that maybe once a month I'll do this, but I'm also thinking about putting together some kind of gathering where we just play together online, where I come up with some kind of fun game where we can, because the dolphins are all about play, right? And in this world right now, we need so much more joy in the world. So I've got to figure out what games we can play as a group and get silly and laugh. And because when we go on our dolphin trips, some of you who have been with me know that people just spontaneously burst into song, and they're usually not fancy songs. I'm looking at Sue smiling because she's the expert at that, creating fun little songs like goofy TV theme songs and all kinds of fun stuff. So I want to if we do it like a dolphin play day, where we play
Yeah.
together some way that we can all laugh and just bring joy, the level of joy up. So let me figure out how the heck to do that, what games we can play together virtually online without too much equipment. And I will send out an email about that. So, and if you have any suggestions, email them to me. So, all right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for today, Ann.
Thank you. And I will see you soon.
Thank you.
God bless.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Thanks, Sam.
Bye, thank you.
And awesome.